Brittany Forrest with STL TV. Today I'm downtown at City Hall at the semi-annual Red Cross Charles Drew Blood Drive. This event is hosted by Comptroller Darlene Green in efforts to raise awareness about sickle cell disease. So what is the importance of this semi-annual Red Cross Charles Drew Blood Drive?
I am really glad to be able to help sponsor a blood drive because there's so many people who are in need, those with sickle cell and others who need blood on a regular basis, not to mention those who find themselves in an accident or something like that. So, it's really good to sponsor blood drives on behalf of people who need, that need the blood, and also to keep the supplies ready at the hospitals.
How can this make an impact in the St. Louis community?
Well, region-wide, of course, we're always going to be in need of blood supplies. And so this one blood drive will help many people who find themselves in need of blood.
And I know sickle cell awareness is really big, especially in the African American community. So how can this make a difference for the African Americans?
Well, fortunately, doing these blood drives will help make that blood supply better for those who find themselves in need, and in particular people with sickle cell. Sometimes they can find themselves needing blood on a daily, weekly basis, sometimes even, monthly, whatever. But the key is the blood supply. So I want to thank those who voluntarily give their blood during these blood drives because that helps keep our region strong when it comes to the blood supply.
So can you describe the process of getting blood from the patients?
First, they sign in and for registration. Then they go to health history. Once they come to health history, that's where we do blood pressures, check your hemoglobin, and also take your temperature, make sure everything is within range. And once they do that, and they do a health history questionnaire. And after they do their questionnaire, then if they're eligible, they get numbers and we go to the bed. Once we go to the bed, we do the process of doing the blood donation. And after the donation is done, we wrap them up, we send them to canteen where they get juice and water, a snack or something just to bring their blood sugar back up to where they need to be once they donate. And once they're in canteen, they are monitored until they walk out the door.
How much blood do they donate?
They only donate a pint. And a pint saves at least 3 lives.
So how often do you all have these blood drives?
We have blood drives twice a year, sponsored by Comptroller Darlene Green. There's one in the middle of February. It's around Valentine's Day, and it's for Heart Month. And then this one again that happens in August.
And what are some of those statistics, like how many people donate or how many pints of blood?
Typically we have about 15 to 20 donors per session, so that ends up being in a total year right around 40 people that make a donation.
And how does this make a difference in the St. Louis community?
There are several reasons that blood drives are essential in making a blood donation. Blood, of course, is essential for emergency, hospital emergency use, for surgeries, for heart patients, for other cancer patients, and for sickle cell therapies. So it's essential in all of these different ways. And then in addition, just one blood donation can save up to 3 lives. So one person as a donor really can make a difference in 3 lives right there.
So what does this blood drive mean to you?
It's an occasion that I can do something helpful for someone else. I had an uncle who kind of inspired me to give blood, got me started.
Oh, something I've always been doing, just donating blood. They email me now and then saying they're in need of blood, so I'm okay to do it whenever I'm available to do it,
And what motivates you to give blood?
I don't know, I've been doing it for a while, since I've been working for the city. Very often it was in coordination with the city blood drives when they had them, but just kind of carried it on since then. So usually when I do it, it's here at City Hall.
So how many times have you gave blood?
Probably a dozen at least, somewhere in that range.
Why do you think it's important for the city to continue to host these blood drives?
Well, they're in need of it, you know. I always hear from the emails and just hearing on television and advertising and such that Red Cross is in need of the blood. So, and I know that if I was in need of blood, if I was injured or something, I would want them to be plenty available.
This event is hosted by Comptroller Darlene Green in efforts to raise awareness about sickle cell disease.